Just hope he doesn't have a random 8, but of course he will have some full house and some 7x, but let's go. Hi guys, so here we're going to play 2 table of 5k NL and 2 table of 1k NL. So let's dive into the action. I hope you enjoyed. I called pre-flop and he c-bet small on the flop. I call. And now on the river, I decided to overbet this end. I will explain why. Okay. Okay, let's dive into the action now. So we flat here with 5 deuce. I'm gonna free bet here against this guy. And king 7. Okay, I'm gonna do something strange with king 7 when I fall, and I will explain also why after. Okay, so ace king here. He bets small on the flop, and I overbet the river. Here on the 8, it's a card where I have a lot of flushes that he doesn't have, and so I'm allowed to overbet here. I also want to have like a 3/4 region with my queen x region, and maybe some blocks with the best 10x also. So yeah. I think we can play like free sizing here, and obviously you want to mix a lot of things because you can't just always bet flash, always check flash, for example. So depending on the combo that you have, you will do certain action. 6 is here. Unfortunately, I think we should fold. So yeah, you saw me fold king 7 off on the small blind. I will do something in ice text when there is a VIP. Is that I have no incentivize to actually play king 7 against Barak, with the I think it's the biggest winner online, this guy. And oh wait, I just don't have incentive to play him. So it's not that I'm gonna open like 20% of my range. It's just the close combo. Actually, we need to think about the thing that the VIP will stay a certain amount, and do I want to spend 1 or 2 minutes to play a BVB spots with a close combo? Not so much. So when there is a big VIP, I will always open just slightly tighter. Of course, I can't open like so tight. This will be too much exploitable, but that's something I will do. Queen 10 off here. That will be a close defense and defend against this size. Against a c-bet here, we will I think we should fold here against UTG. Like we have way much stronger ends to call with, so this end should be like maximum break even, but we are not going to call this in theory. It depends on the strategy of Barak, because if he's 1/3 range here, like we might call more and also raise more, because it's a board where he's not supposed to range bet. I mean, it's okay, but he's not supposed to. And if he's doing it, his range become way more weaker, and you can just check raise and check call more, because now if he c-bets more, you have more equity in the check call line, and you have more fold equity when you check raise. So yeah, but in general, if you want to check raise more, this is not the best combos, because you want to unblock the folding region. So I will heavily prefer having a gut shot here than queen 10, even if having the overcard and the backdoor flush is nice. You don't really want to block this type of hand, but that's a minor thing, because like, you will also block the queen jack queens here. So something really important that I can't really show you is taking notes. Here I have 4 tables for the video, but usually when I play 5k, I just prefer to focus on the 5k table. And you need to take a lot of notes, not against regs, but against VIP players. And the reason is because you are not going to play them too much. I mean, it's often the same, I would say. But sometimes you're a newcomer, and it's super important to take like as maximum note as you can. See every timing that they have, every sizing that they do. And yeah, it's just super important for your win rates also. So like play against fishes is also a big part of 5k NL. And winning in this text, excuse me. And also, if you see like regs play against fishes in general, they're pretty good. Not all the time, but pretty good. King jack off here, we have a super easy free bet. Super important to have dynamic ranges and not say, okay, king jack is a fold here. Like, that's absolutely never a fold when the guy opened like, I don't know how much. Yeah, he opened like at least this amount because I played with him before. So yeah, you just need to always free bet. Here in this flop, I would just c-bet small, and I expect him to check fold when he has air. So let's do it. Okay, on the jack here, I don't see any hands that are air that call the flop and bet the turn. So here we would like to call if he can have random combos, but here I don't think it will be the case. And he has to have random combo because you want to let him bluff on the river, and he also have to bluff this type of combo for the call to be better than the raise. But the thing is, if his range is too condensed towards end that called the raise is way better, and that's the best action. And that's what I was thinking. And I think I took the best decision, and I'm happy with it. That's also why you need to really think about your action when you play. It's a flop where you can have some overbets here that have super good hands to do it. Like low disconnected ball like this, the low disconnected ball like this, are great to overbets because he will not have enough strong hands against this line, and I can just overbet this type of texture here because my value region will not decrease in equity on most runouts. So for example, when I have kings, king stays the best hand a lot. Compared to a board like a7 deuce, why you can't really overbet on a7 deuce is because your top range, for example, if you have like ace queen or ace king, will decrease in equity a lot. On a lot of runout, he will have two pairs, he will improve his hand, and that's why you can't really overbet on this type of board. I mean, it is not the only thing, but that's the main part. King 9 off here will open, and I think here we will have only the two 5k NL table, but I think that's great. 7-6 at the same. I just have like no incentive to play hands that is close to 0 EV, so I will have incentive is if like Barak know it and starts to fold a lot when I open, but I don't think it will be the case. Ace with here, ace 8, excuse me. That will be a free bet. And 10-9 here on this flop. I think we can raise this at some frequency. Yeah, I'll make the raise. And in terms of sizing, I will go for freaks all the time here in this scenario. You can raise bigger, but it's also a board where you want to have like merge raise size range. You want to have merge hands in your raising range, so you're allowed to like small size a bit smaller. I don't have the best hand to check raise. I already explained. This is because the removal effect is not like super great, but I still think it's decent here to raise this hand. And I don't say that people in 5k NL will overfold, but it will be complicated to defend enough most of the time because you really have to call some like super weird combo that I think most people in 5k will find, but maybe not all of them. Queen 10 here I will open, and now I will explain why I open freaks. When I'm on the button and there is a fish in the big blind, I will win more money against him, so I just have to open bigger because it will just increase the EV that I have. And even if this guy might free bet a bit more, that's actually okay. I'm not gonna open so much, so that's okay. And I think the best strategy against maybe it's a reg because people are sitting out, but let's see. Yeah, I think the best strategy, but that's not so easy to do this, is to have two open sizing because actually he wants to open bigger, but he also wants to open way more against the fish. So to avoid getting exploited by the small blinds, I think we should clearly have two open sizing. That will be the best. So maybe it's a reg actually, but that's okay. So I will fold against 2.5. Okay, I will play a bit more just to see. Ace jack I will open here, and that's only the case when fishing is in the big blind. Like I really advise you to do this because you will just win more money. And yeah, don't forget, like poker is not about all the time about like being balanced and everything. It's also like playing well against fishes, and yeah. exploit the weaker opponent. Ace Jack here on King Queen 7. I don't think we want to bet this flop with our hands here, so I would just check. I mean, we want hands that have like a bit more equity, especially because I don't really know if this guy is a calling station or not. Now it's Jack. Oh, so there's two things here. I don't know how Chris Uniken will perceive these spots. So in a lower limit, I will raise all the time, but because my value region is such narrow to force, I don't think we can raise these spots, but it would have been a great spot because this sizing is capped, and when he called, he's capped. I think we have like a lot of fold equity on the two guys, but again, I don't really want to take such massive exploits in 5k now. So I will play more standard, I would say. Of course, I have small explode, but I can't really tell it in the videos because I don't mind in like 500 of 1k NL, but Jack always fall. But yeah, in 5k I will just be a bit more careful. I don't know, like Barak see the video and like say, okay, look, I fall king 10 off on the spotlight because there is a fish, I will be in trouble. But I'm not doing it, of course, but you understood. Okay, we see an interesting hand here. I will see it. Ace-3 suited here, that will be a call. You can free bet this sometime. Again, I will avoid telling like at which frequency I raise each hand. Ace-3 off here. This one is close. I will fold. I think it's a fold without the backdoor flush draw. You at least want the better backup like Ace-5, Ace-6. But it depends on his strategy. I mean, if he's 1/3 range, like I can raise a lot. But I don't know, so I will just wait. Like if you know these spots and what you have to defend in theory, you can just defend. What's the GTO say to you, and you can defend a bit more if he's range betting. Because if someone's range betting, he will have a lot of trouble to like check calling off on the turn. So you can call and bluff him a lot later. Well, fucking Jack here. I will call. It's not a call against 0.5, but because of the VIP, I think we should call this type of hands. I need to see the end that they play together to review it after. So yeah, that was this one, but I will. No, that was not this one. I will review it later. Yeah, that was this one. He bet half pot, now nothing to do with juices, unfortunately. Oh, especially on this board. We can raise this lower pocket pair sometimes for a lot of reasons, but not this time. King Jack off here will open. I will have limping strategy. I don't advise you to do so. It depends on the limit that you play. But even 5k NL, the rake is okay to have limping range. I will open freaks here. King Jack freeway. Actually, I will check this type of hands. We don't have so much incentives to bet. Like there are not a lot of runouts where I can get free streets of value. So be careful of the equity that you have, because you can decrease a lot even with this type of hands. So yeah, I just prefer to check. And you can let him bluff all the Jack 10, Queen Jack, Queen 10 region. So that's cool. When I call the turn, I'm gonna open King 6 here. And on the river, I don't think I would fold in this guy. And now when he check, I think it's Queen X a lot. So I will try to value Queen X here. I don't think I'm behind super often, especially when he checks the river. And he called me with Queen 10. Ah, no, the all 9-4 suited, wow. Okay, interesting. I think he starts to be a bit tilted because he was not calling this type of hands before, but yeah, interesting. Yeah, I will note that on the side. I'm a bit surprised by the play, but that's okay. And can lane for suited. I think he said to himself that there are not enough values in my betting on the river, and he also said to himself that nobody has a king when it goes check check. Yeah. Queen 9 I will call. 7-6 here. That's a mix. But with a wreck I will always open. And Queen 9 here I will call. We can't really bet this. We want to have stronger hands, and in theory we need to have with Queen 9. In theory we need to have some hands that doesn't have a clubs to bluff some clubs run out, but we will choose all the hands here. Like a pair is way better than this type of hands to bet the turn. And 7-6 here we are going to fold. And now I think we just have like a simple check. We don't have enough value to bet a block size, so we just need to check here and hope to win. Oh wow. So I open and this guy flat with jacks. I think he should value bet sevens. Wait, I think he should really value bet sevens because like this guy always bet his value most of the time. I think he should value bet sevens because for two reasons. First, I don't think I have like the queen or the ace of clubs super often, so the only clubs that I might check the river are the 9, the 8 or the 7. 8 or 9 of clubs. But I don't have like 8x, 9x clubs combo without being a flush. Like I don't have enough 8x of clubs or 9x of clubs. No, 9 clubs x, excuse me. So I don't have combos that are like non-suited that comports an 8 or a 9. So I will not have this type of hand so much. And the combos that contain 9 of clubs or 8 of clubs, actually there are combos that are flushes. And I will bet flushes on the turn with the VIP most of the time. So yeah, I think he will have enough value. And as we saw that what he called before, we saw that he called really loose before, so I expect sevens to be good enough to value bet here. A6 suited here, that's a mix. I will fold this time. It's a mix. You might also fold the lower A6, depending on the range, but I think it's just okay to fold this hand against 2.5. I will open Ace King off here, and I will not leave the table next. Turn, I will next big blind. I will just let him the button. Ace King here, I free bet. He called. Board is 8 for 6. Might call a lot of hands, but I don't think we have another action than check here. Or we have to start bluffing, but I don't think bluffing and this guy is really a good option now. So yeah, I don't think we can free barreling a lot in these spots, but I think we just need to check. And when he bets for half pots, I think I will have to make the call because he will have way too much random hands. So I'll call. I prefer to call fast just to represent a bit stronger, and I will quit this table with 10-5. That is not a defend. And he bet half pot again. I don't think we'll do this with like a 6 or an 8, so I think I actually might have the best hands often, and he also needs to bluff a lot to make my call on the turn not good. But if he gives up too much with Jack 10, Queen Jack type of hands, I think he will still have a lot of bluff in this size. Like, of course, he's not balanced. He either have a value or bluff when he play this way. But as I said, I really expect not a ton of value hands to play this way, and it's super easy for him to just put the half pot with like 2 random overcards. and just be scared of bluffing the river and just wanted to target his king. So that's a close call, but here again, especially this guy, I think we need to do it. Just hope he doesn't have around the mate, but of course he will have some full house and some 7x, but let's go. And he had the ace-4, so GG to him. What's not easy in this spot is actually some people will never bluff the small sizing and always put the bluff in the half pot region. But I think it's still okay. Yeah. Would have bet bigger, like 3/4, I would have fold, but I think we need to call the flop on the turn. This type of spots really depends against the guy, because if he's playing a bit tight, it's gonna be different story. But here, as we see, even if he has ace-4 off, that's mean he might have a lot of random combos also, so that's okay. I will stop the video now, so hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and see you for the next one. Bye, guys.